Have the extreme weather events in Canada changed your view on climate change?
No, I'm not sure about the extreme weather in Canada. I've been here a long time. I've seen a lot of change in the weather, over the decades. So I'm still, my opinion is still out there about what's affecting weather change. I watch a lot of the science shows, and there's massive sunbursts this year, some of the biggest ever by the sun. So I'm wondering if that's affecting things or if it's real climate change.
I think it just shows that, the Earth's climate changes. That's what happens. I'm sure that it's also brought on by human activity for sure, like obviously, but I think if you look in the past, it's always had extreme changes like this. We're probably making it worse, but yeah. So my opinion hasn't changed, no.
It's just way bigger than humanity, and I'm not saying throw up your hands, there's nothing you can do about it, but I'm also really questioning this idea that it's human caused.
I wouldn't say just Canada, but yeah, I think I'm a believer in it. Now, as for the reason, the cause, I think that's debatable. I have my own thoughts behind that, but I don't think you can ignore the extremes, the frequency of record after record, that type of thing.
Yes, they have increased my view of the severity and the seriousness of the issue for sure. I've always been concerned about it, but it's an ongoing concern, absolutely.
No, they've just reinforced the fact that climate change is happening and just getting worse and worse, and that we really have to work to try and mitigate greenhouse gas emissions and look at our own lifestyles.
I don't know if I would say they've changed my view, but they've made me more aware of how fast things are happening.
Oh, definitely. I definitely see something has to be done. And individually it's pretty difficult, but if we all band together, we can do something.
Great. And I'll ask the same question to you.
I believe the Earth is going to do what it needs to do, and we're going to help her. So yes, things are changing, but the world always changes. So as long as we band together,
Yes.
it'll be okay. We'll make it through.
Yes, we will.
Yeah.
No, I've been kind of keeping track and concerned and studying climate change for over 30 years, actually, since 1989. So it was predicted that you'd have extreme climate variations to a point where it'd be incredibly disruptive and destructive as well. And we had the wildfires here and the floods and the extreme temperature extremes, the incredibly wet weather in the east and extremely dry weather in the west. So all across the country has been pretty dramatic, but it's kind of in line with some of the predictions, probably earlier than people thought.
I've seen the effects firsthand, being a resident of the NWT and experiencing the evacuation in Yellowknife. It's real. It's these extreme weather events are not going to go away. So we really have to reflect on how we're treating the land, the water, the air, and do the most smallest action makes a big difference. Don't think you won't be able to do anything. I think concentrate on those small actions, not the overall action that's going to make a big change, not the big picture that you can't really manage, but you can manage what you do every day to help the overall picture.
I don't think they've changed it so much as just kind of made it more real. I already knew it was going on and how bad it was, but I think that they've just really brought it to light.
Well, I think it would be impossible to ignore the extreme weather, and I already feared that that there was a significant trend in climate change, so it hasn't really changed anything.
A little, because every summer the fires are getting worse, and obviously that's an issue that we all have to focus more on. So yes, I think I do believe my opinions have changed a little bit in the last couple of years, for sure.
Not really. My opinions about climate change were formed before the extreme weather, but I have noticed living in Yukon that our weather is much milder, and that makes me really nervous, because one of the reasons I love living in Yukon is we don't have any ticks. And if we don't get minus 40 for a few weeks in a row, then we start getting ticks up there, and I don't want any ticks. But no, climate change is real. We need to do something about it. My opinion was already formed.
I don't think they changed our view. We were already very concerned, but they've reinforced our view that climate is the social problem that we need to address.
Well, I'm a science teacher, so I think I have lots of information about climate change already, but it just, with all that's happening, it makes you realize how real it is and how soon we need to act. So, yeah, it reinforced it for sure.
But I do notice that in like the more or in the warmer places like in the Philippines, it's the weather changes has been more dramatic, or it's been more extreme. Yeah, I would say. Yeah. So
they haven't changed it because I always thought it was a pretty serious issue. I just have more anxiety about climate change now. Yeah.